Welcome into the Birmingham Southern Football Review. I'm Landrum Roberts. Well, this past Saturday, on a beautiful day for football at Panther Stadium, Birmingham Southern hosted Millsaps College, a rematch from last year's championship game. But it's a new year, a different team, and unfortunately for the Panthers, a different outcome. Coming up, we'll talk with head coach Eddie Garfinkel, review all the highlights and more. All that coming your way on the Birmingham Southern Football Review.
This is the BSC Football Review with head coach Eddie Garfinkel, an inside look at Birmingham Southern football. Brought to you by Pepsi, always refreshing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. When your health care is protected, you can focus on being you. The Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau. Greenland Barbecue. Ain't nothing like 'em nowhere. Express Oil Change and Service Center. Turn to us. America's First Federal Credit Union. Refreshingly unbank-like. Southeast Urgent Care at Fultondale, providing healthcare needs for BSC athletes. Tire Engineers. If we don't take care of our customers, someone else will. St. Vincent Sports Medicine, taking care of the healthcare needs of BSC athletics. Alabama Power, always on. And by Limbaugh Toyota, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Welcome back to the BSC Football Review. Landrum Roberts now being joined by Birmingham Southern head football coach Eddie Garfinkel. Coach, tough one on Saturday. Millsaps comes in. It's a rematch of last year's championship game played in Jackson, last game of the season, which your team dominated, 135-21, took the conference championship, brought it back here to the Hilltop. This year, totally different team, totally different story. Millsaps, they were very impressive here at Panther Stadium on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, that's one thing that was evident that Millsaps is a good football team, and you can tell just watching them warm up, they were ready to play, and our guys lined up and went toe to toe with them, but just kind of wore us out in the fourth quarter and just couldn't find a way to win a football game.
You were coming off the off week, and you said that you were going to try to do some different things, both offensively and defensively. Offensively, you come out, you show a little bit of a different look. Dylan Skipper comes into the ball game, more of an option-type threat. Talk about the way that you approached that philosophically there in the first half.
Well, one thing that was evident after we lost Joe Moultrie, that our tailback situation, we were kind of tailback by committee. We didn't have a great run threat, outside threat, and we thought we'd give Dylan a try to run the option like we have done in the past with Jimmy Stainback, and so we gave that a shot, and we did some good things with that, but at the same time it just didn't come together like we had thought, and so we just went with Tyson the rest of the game.
Well, one of the bright spots was your true freshman, Evan Casian, tailback. Got into the ball game, and he looked good. He runs hard. He runs with a purpose every single time he touches the ball.
Yeah, Evan, like I said, we over the open week, we looked at several tailbacks. We got 4 tailbacks, and Evan kind of, rise to the top, and we went with him, and we play, actually 4 tailbacks Saturday, and looks like he's going to kind of be a guy that hopefully can help us out the rest of the way.
Millsaps, their tailback, Mike Barthélemy, wow, he was good. 29 carries, 269 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Had a hard time defending him all day long.
Yeah, Mike's a really good player. He was a good player last year, and one thing that we were able to do last year when we played him was we controlled the football and kept him off the field, and our defense, tackled him pretty good. And then I think a lot of his yardage were off of missed tackles, which give him a lot of credit. We just just couldn't make plays when we had to, and instead of a 5-10 yard gain, it went for a 70-yard gain. So he's a really good back, and that's what happens when you have good backs like that.
You mentioned the explosive plays. I thought at times, though, the defensive line, your defensive line, they played well and had some tackles for losses, had a couple of sacks. Of course, the interception was a thing of beauty. Cameron Budges, middle linebacker, tips it up, and it's intercepted by Hanser. Talk about that play.
Yeah, defensively, we did some good things. Like I said, there were 5 plays in the game that we gave up big plays that totaled almost 200 yards rushing. So, but that play was a third down play, and we had put a coverage in where Cameron was covering their tight end or their inside receiver in the boundary, and did a really good job. And we work on breaking on the football. All our guys break on the ball, and Austin broke on the ball and was able to intercept the tip ball.
Well, Tyson comes in, Isaac Nichols comes in, your quarterback and your tailback that have started for the most of the season. And I thought on that opening drive, it was indicative that, okay, we're going to get back to what we normally do. Joe White, your offensive coordinator, immediately dials up a passing play. And you really seem to have great chemistry there on that drive and some big plays.
Yeah, one of the things that we've done well in the past is run the ball, and then when people start, coming up on the run is hit play action. And we did a really good job with Mike Cowan, and we had several chances where we could have really had opportunities to even make more plays, but for whatever reason, the receiver broke a route off, or we overthrew it, and that type of thing. But that's a big part of what we do, and so we were able to complete a couple of those.
The crowd was into it, a great crowd here at Panther Stadium, students, fans, alumni alike. It was a beautiful day for football. It was a little bit ominous to start, but the sun came through, and it was just a great atmosphere here at Birmingham Southern. 14-14 in the third quarter, so you're tied up. You're right where you want to be after trailing 14-0. You get back in the ball game, and then the fourth quarter, Millsaps, they just took it to you.
Right. Well, we had our chances. We had our chances in the third quarter to score some more points, and we just didn't take advantage of it. Our defense was playing pretty good, and then just the big thing is this year we're a team that we turn the ball over, and we turn it over 4 times in crucial times of the game, and then plus we give up big plays. And if you do those things, you're going to find ways to lose and beat yourselves, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. We just got to go back to work this week and try to get those things corrected.
Panthers get off to the 3-0 start this season. Now you've dropped 3 in a row. Similar situation last year. I don't know how similar as far as how the team's going to respond, and I guess you're going to try to find that out as a coaching staff. What do you do now after dropping 3 in a row? What's your approach in practice? What are you telling your guys?
Well, that was one thing that the long 2 weeks after the Swanee loss, we had to get our guys' heads up, and take a positive approach and that type of thing. And you work from January for just 9 opportunities for us this year, and so things don't work out the way you expected or the way you want to. So what are you going to do? You're going to go lay down and quit, or you're going to be a man and keep fighting. So I have confidence our guys will keep fighting.
All right, back in conference play this upcoming weekend. You go on the road, you take on Berry, and it's Berry College's first year as a program. Talk about what you expect from those guys over there.
Yeah, watching their film, they've improved every week, and they went and played Hendricks, a pretty tough game. Hendricks first year program played us pretty tough, and they're playing everybody tough. So they're a pretty good team, and they've got some weapons, and they've improved. So we're going to have to play well. If we make the same type of mistakes that we've been making the last few games, then it's going to be, a tough task to go to Rome, Georgia, and beat them.
All right. Well, best of luck, and bring a win back. Let's get back on the winning side of things.
We need to. Thanks, Landry.
All right. Kickoff is set for 12 o'clock Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. You can follow that game on the College TV Ticket, or you can follow it at bscsports.net. When we come back, we'll have our Panther plays of the game. All that and more as the BSC Football Review continues right after this.
Embrace your past, but live for now. Now put your arm on this, 'cause I put it.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. From Emily's tonsils, Duke's torn rotator cuff, Annie's torn ligament, to Sherry's cancer treatments. That's why we've created our website, hcralabamablue.com, to help you understand the new healthcare reform requirements and how they may affect you. We invite you to sign up for updates and join in the conversation. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
What can you do to remind yourself to stay safe around power lines? While this solution may seem a bit impractical, having this type of picture in your mind is a good idea. Visualize the potential danger. Stay at least 10 feet away from overhead power lines. If you have to work closer than 10 feet, call us before you start. Remember, the best way to stay safe around power lines is to stay alert and stay aware.
Back in 1958, Big Daddy John Bishop opened Dreamland Barbecue with his signature recipe for sauce and hickory fire grilled ribs. And that legendary taste and recipe have remained unchanged for over half a century. Dreamland now serves everything from ribs to pulled pork and chicken to sausage links and still uses that famous sauce. Come in as customers and leave as family at Dreamland. Ain't nothing like 'em nowhere.
I'm Jarrett Hubbard. I'm a senior right tackle, number 77. I'm from Eastside High School in Covington, Georgia. I mean, honestly, it's not too terribly different. We go over both schemes in practice, so it's just whatever play call we're able to do it. It changes up the stance a little bit, but we're very well prepared from what we do during practice to get us ready for the games. Oh, yes, sir, tremendously. I mean, we do everything we can up front for them, but it really helps us to know that they can take something as small as just a little step and then just take off with it. And they're great guys, and they put everything behind it, which for an offensive lineman, if you know they're going to give everything they have for you, then it makes it really easy for you to give everything they have for them. For an offensive lineman, it takes as much time as you're willing to put into it together. I know we spend every Thursday, we go out to dinner together just talking. We're all really good friends off the field, and I think that's what makes us the offensive line we are today, because we can trust one another up front. I mean, it's a close-knit community. You're going to walk away with the best friends you'll ever have, and I think you get that more here than you do at big state schools. Academically, we're second to none, especially in Alabama. I mean, we get one-on-one time with professors, all of which have their doctorates. We're getting taught by the best, and they'll help you get whatever done you need to. And the degree carries weight. I mean, people are impressed when you graduate from Birmingham Southern, so it's an all-around, it's a great place to be.
Welcome back to the Birmingham Southern Football Review. Landrum Roberts, once again being joined by head coach Eddie Garfinkel, and it's time for our Panther plays of the game. And our first play coming on defense. And it was a tip ball, beautifully tipped ball by middle linebacker Cameron Budges and intercepted by Austin Hansard.
Yeah, Cameron did a good job. A couple third down plays where he basically matched up a matchup zone and did a good job of covering man-to-man and tipped the ball up, and Austin broke on the football and made a really nice play. So that was a key third down stop and a big play in the game.
Our next play came from freshman running back Evan Kasian. And coach, this kid runs with a purpose. He runs hard. And this effort right here, this is what you love to see as a football coach.
Right. And I'll tell you what, and the effort that he gave, it got everybody on the sidelines fired up. And that's what you're looking for. Guys like that can kind of, get guys fired up. And I think Evans can be a really good back for us the rest of the year.
Next play coming on offense, and it was your senior quarterback, Tyson Beecham. And I know it's a cliche, but he really threaded the needle, and he found your halfback, Matt Hansard, in the back of the end zone.
Right. Yeah, that's something that game plan-wise, our offensive coaches recognize coverage in a certain formation and ran play action and threaded right in there, and Matt made a really nice play for a touchdown.
Our next play, going back on defense, one of the other interceptions coming on the day, and it was Nick Oney coming up with a huge interception.
Right. One of the things that our guys did a good job of matching up with a lot of their coverages, and this were the routes, and this particular was a sprint out route, and we had everybody covered, and Nick stayed with the backside throwback guy, and quarterback turn, he was right there to make a play. So just good coverage all around.
And our final Panther play of the game, coming from Tyson Beechin to Michael Cowan. Beautifully thrown ball. The wind really kind of interfered with it right after he released it, but still it was a big play and huge momentum lift for your team.
Yeah, you know, that's something that we've had a success doing last couple of years is running play action, throwing deep, and our secondary guys were playing a little bit man-to-man, kind of bit on the run a little bit, and Mike was able to get by him. So that was a big play in the game. Those are things that we need as we go forward.
All right, those are your Birmingham Southern Panther plays of the game. The BSC Football Review continues right after this.
Southeast Urgent Care, located in Fultondale, Alabama, is owned and operated by former BSC baseball player and alumnus Dr. Paul Roberts. Dr. Roberts is board certified in emergency medicine and has over 10 years' experience in the busiest emergency rooms in Alabama. Dr. Roberts and his staff are able to provide high-quality medical care in a state-of-the-art facility with digital x-ray and on-site lab testing. Southeast Urgent Care is able to provide the care you want at the time you need and with a friendly attitude that will make you feel like you're not just another patient.
With the new mobile deposit feature through the America's First banking app, depositing a check is easier than posting a latte pic. Just photograph the check, confirm the amount, and send. Best of all, mobile deposit is free at America's First Federal Credit Union.
There's a new team in town, Express Oil Change. And Tire Engineers have teamed up as Birmingham's premier automotive service centers. You've trusted Express Oil Change for over 30 years for the best mechanical service for your vehicles. And now we've joined with Tire Engineers to offer the best selection of name brand tires. Come see the new team at any of our convenient Birmingham locations today for the best service and tires for your vehicle. Performed by the professionals you trust. Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers.
I'm Nick Oney, play with the Birmingham Southern Panthers. I'm outside linebacker. I'm from Jefferson, Georgia, and I went to Jackson County High School. My keys, I usually key the man on the line of scrimmage, the farthest lineman. I make sure that nothing gets bounced outside of me. Everything gets turned back inside, try to contain the entire offense. Just turn it back to everyone else, and if it does get to me, I make the play. As a linebacker, it's really helpful because he's the D coordinator, and he's also my position coach. So he tells me exactly where I need to fit and where it correlates with the rest of the defense, so it's really helpful. Traveling, it is kind of weary when you have Friday classes as I do, but it's not too bad because usually the only time traveling affects our study schedule is if we have to leave Friday or if we have a far away game, say in Florida or Kentucky, and you don't get back till maybe Sunday and you have to sleep, most of the day. It's kind of rigorous, but as long as you stay on top of your studies throughout the week, it's not too bad though. I heard when I was in high school that Birmingham Southern College was a fantastic liberal arts school, one of the best in the Southeast. So I really wanted to come here for the academics, but then I also loved football in high school, so I decided, it just seemed like the right choice. And then I got here and I took a physics class and I just absolutely loved it. So I went with pre-engineering. Birmingham Southern doesn't have a engineering program though, so you have to go 3 years here, then 2 years at university. You get your associates in science here, then you'll get your actually engineering degree at the university of your choice. I would highly recommend Birmingham Southern. Birmingham Southern provides you with a lot of tools that, say, a big university couldn't. Our average class size maybe 20 students, so you really have a personal relationship with your teacher. Also, you're required to take a lot of different classes outside of your major, so you ended up being a very well-rounded student. And football here, it's really fun. I mean, if you love football, I mean, it's worth doing.
Welcome back to the Birmingham Southern Football Review. Landrum Roberts being joined by Birmingham Southern College Faculty Liaison, Dr. Jack Taylor. And Dr. Taylor, our favorite part of the show each and every week, our Birmingham Southern Scholar Athlete of the Week, and this week it's senior Anderson Porter.
Anderson's an outstanding young man. He's excelled in the classroom, and he's been a major contributor to our football team.
And I understand that Anderson already has a job lined up for when he graduates.
Yes, he certainly does. He finished, he'll graduate in May, and he has a job offer with a healthcare management company in Atlanta. One of the reasons is he did internships every summer with that firm in Atlanta, and they saw his quality.
Wonderful. All right, so congratulations to Anderson Porter, our Birmingham Southern Scholar Athlete of the Week.
I'm Anderson Porter. I'm a safety for Birmingham Southern. I'm a senior right now, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I help out with the scout team defense, get them in the right spot, and coach them up there. During the games, up in the coach's box with Coach White and Coach Truelove, and I help script plays that the offense runs so we can find some tendencies. Oh, absolutely. It's a whole different perspective up there. Kind of like the minds behind how the system works, and just seeing play calls coming down from Coach White, the offensive coordinator, and then with Coach Truelove being able to see personnel so that we can be in the right defense. Well, we study their film hard all week to kind of see their formation, to be able to have an idea of what play they're going to run. And based on the defense, you have your certain keys that you can key off of. And if you find your zone, you're able to see what they do, predict their routes, predict their runs, and you're able to make big plays during the game. Birmingham Southern does a great job with being able to contract internships. Like, we have a January term, so my first internship with the company was during the month of January. And I was actually able to get class credit for doing that, because Birmingham Southern really promotes students getting internships, because that leads to jobs out of college, which in my case happened very quickly, which I was very fortunate with that. And I was lucky to get in with a very large, fast, great company that is going to give me an opportunity as soon as I get out of college. As a college, it's like, for coming from an academic point of view, it's a great place, because you have a teacher-student ratio that you're not going to find in any large state college. Like, being able to contract classes, outside of the classroom, like how I got to do with my internship, was excellent. I mean, it brought me, my future, being able to do that. Without being able to do that, who knows if I would be able to be in contact with this company right now. And then as an athletic program at Birmingham Southern, it's one of the best D3 programs in the nation for sure. We have the best facilities out of any D3 college that I've traveled to that we've played. We have a coaching staff that works harder than any others, and a great group of recruits and new students that come in every year to make this program successful.
Embrace your past, but live for now. Now put your arm on this, 'cause I put it.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. From Emily's tonsils, Duke's torn rotator cuff, Annie's torn ligament, to Sherry's cancer treatments. That's why we've created our website, hcralabamablue.com. to help you understand the new healthcare reform requirements and how they may affect you. We invite you to sign up for updates and join in the conversation. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
With the new mobile deposit feature through the America's First banking app, depositing a check is easier than posting a latte pic. Just photograph the check, confirm the amount, and send. Best of all, mobile deposit is free at America's First Federal Credit Union.
We've all been to one of those places where they're just making it up as they go along, causing problems rather than fixing them, and charging an arm and a leg. Just ask Coach Bowden.
Hey, don't let that monkey touch my car.
For 64 years, Birmingham families have trusted the professionals at Tire Engineers for the best prices on tires and ASE certified service on their vehicles with no fine print or gimmicks.
Don't monkey around with your car. Go to Tire Engineers.
Visit one of our 7 area locations today.
The big time savings event this week at Limbaugh Toyota. Camry Special Luxury Edition package, only $18,888. Automatic and leather, no charge. Limbaugh Toyota, big time. $18,888. Camry Special Luxury Edition package, $18,888. With automatic and leather, no charge. Limbaugh Toyota, exit 120 off I-59 West.
So Birmingham Southern falls to Millsaps 28-14 to move to 3-3 on the season. This week, the Panthers travel to Rome, Georgia to take on Berry College. Kickoff is set for 12 o'clock Central. For all of us here at Birmingham Southern College, I'm Landrum Roberts. See you next week.
Brought to you by Pepsi. Always refreshing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. When your health care is protected, you can focus on being you. The Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau. Dreamland Barbecue. Ain't nothing like 'em nowhere. Express Oil Change and Service Center. Turn to us. America's First Federal Credit Union. Refreshingly unbanked life. Southeast Urgent Care at Fultondale. Providing healthcare needs for BSC athletes. Tire Engineers. If we don't take care of our customers, someone else will. St. Vincent Sports Medicine. Taking care of the healthcare needs of BSC athletics. Alabama Power, always on. And by Limbaugh Toyota, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.